Hello everyone and welcome, my name is vAaron and today I'm going to be showcasing you the brand new Shorendar gear that the console recently got. PC have had it for a while, but I just want to showcase because there is some good stuff for a healer, but I also have my worries about this gear and healers equipping them, and I'll get into that in just a second. So let's go straight to the collections. It's only going to be a short video, just going over the new gear, and yeah, I'll let you know my worries about them. So Shorendar, and we're going to Antiquities. Here we go. So this is all the new gear. You get this gear from the mini bosses in vOS, and in order to get the mini bosses to spawn, you have to do hardcore vOS, which is where you are not allowed to die, basically. You've got the option in your queues right here. So if you click private, click down here in match options, there you go, there's hardcore mode. Make sure that's checked. And yeah, you can do hardcore vOS. So everyone seems to be farming the first mini boss, and that's it, because you know, going through the whole of vOS with no deaths it's a challenge within itself. But anyway, so this looks like the best in slot heal helmet. When your health is above 50%, your outgoing healing is increased by 7,500. When your health is below 50%, your crit strike is increased by 7,500. They are big numbers. And crit strike's an important stat for healing, and so is outgoing healing. So it's the best of both worlds. That will replace, I believe, the Gristro horns. So we'll get into that in just a second, because I believe the Gristro horns are best in slot at the minute. On to the next. You generate 20% less threat when you use an encounter. The next enemy attacks you takes the next enemy that attacks you takes damage equal to 5% of your maximum health. I don't think this is best in slot for anyone else, so anyone at all really. So we'll move on. When you damage or heal your target for more than 10% of your maximum hit points in a single blow, your power is increased by 1.5% and movement speed by 1% for 10 seconds, max stat 5. I feel like power is so easy, this wouldn't be worth a DPS or a healer to replace anything. Like this helmet, you can see why healers would need it and how it would replace the Gristro horns. But in terms of DPS and maybe tanks, I don't know what tanks use, I can't say, but movement speed on a tank is healthy. Just so it can be the first to the mobs, and also power just to generate the threat. But power is so easy to cap, I don't see why that would be useful in this current combat system. We'll go on to the next. When you use a daily power, you pull all enemies within 25 feet towards you. You gain 5% deflect severity, and their accuracy is lowered by 2.5%. But does that say by minus 2.5%? I don't know. Maybe that's a typo. But this might be best in slot for a tank. As I said, I'm not sure what tanks use as their helmet, but this one seems pretty darn good. It's got the incoming healing stat as well, so that might be best for a tank. So we've got a best for a healer, a best for a tank, I'd say. And we'll go on to the chest pieces. You gain 1% outgoing healing for each player in your team. When your teammates are 20 feet, 20 inches or closer to you, their forte is increased by 1%. This I can see being a best in slot chest piece for the healer, but again, I'll get into my worries about these in just a sec. We'll keep moving on. You do 3% more damage to enemies that are not facing you. Again, I don't think this is better than Ribcage for DPS. I mean, it'll take some testing, but I don't think it's going to beat the Ribcage. We've got the old switcheroo. 5% accuracy, minus 7,500 combat advantage. That's pretty much useless. I don't know why anyone would wear that, unless you wear it for the item level because you got nothing else. Who knows? Whenever you are damaged for more than 15% of your maximum hit points in a single blow, you will take 3% less damage for 10 seconds. Again, this might be the best in slot chest piece for the tank, because you take 3% less damage for 10 seconds. It's got a cooldown on it, but yeah, I can't see why this wouldn't be best. Again, I'm not a tank, I wouldn't know. Leave your thoughts down below. If you're a tank, if you're a healer, are these pieces of gear going to help you? Are they actually best in the slot? We'll see. Okay, so we've got the gauntlets. Gain 375 power. This is basically like the Lion Guard gloves. This does reset, as I was told by a guildie. Gain 375 power for 10 seconds. When you strike an enemy, lose a stack when you are struck. Stacks 20 times, and I was told it reset, so it's not gloves that I'm going to be using personally. Gain 1% control bonus when you strike an enemy. Stacks 5 times. When you are struck, the stacks are consumed and you gain 1% damage resistance. This sounds like the Van Braces, but it's for range class instead, like a warlock or a wizard. Are they going to be best in slot? They actually might be for a warlock or a wizard, definitely. I reckon they will be. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, when you use a daily power, you summon a fey creature to fight for you for 15 seconds. Don't see why anyone would use these. When you strike an enemy, you gain 0.5% power and awareness and lose 2.5 movement speed. Again, power is so easy to cap, and how much can you gain there? What is that? Is that 5% power, 5% awareness, max stack 10? So yeah, you'll gain 5% of each. Maybe it's helpful for awareness, but it's not helpful for power. It's not gloves that I'm going to be using personally as a rogue. Okay, we're on to the boots. Whenever you're struck by a critical strike, you have a 10% chance to increase your critical avoidance by 10% and gain 5% power. Again, this might be decent for a tank. To increase your crit avoidance by 10%. Yeah, I reckon they might be a new best in slot for a tank. I don't know. Again, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of these. When you're 20 feet, inches or closer to your target, your defense is increased by 5%. When you are 20 inches or further away from your target, your crit severity. Again, they might be good for a healer. I can see them being best for a healer. Yeah, I don't know. Some of the gear is really interesting, and it'll be interesting to see what other people are using. But there seems to be a lot of gear catered towards healers, which is nice. Healers need some love. When you have no teammates within 30 feet of you, your movement speed is increased by 7%. When there are teammates within 30 feet of you, you gain 4,000 power. So this is for those who are falling behind the group. Put these boots on, you're going to get 7% movement speed, and as soon as you catch up to your teammates, you're going to gain 4,000 power. Again, it sounds like it's good for a healer. Maybe a tank if you haven't got the movement speed. I can see that, but yeah. Last ones, when you're 25 inches, I don't know what it's supposed to be, or closer to your target, your combat advantage is increased by 5%. These seem pretty decent, but they seem decent for a melee, but you're missing the rusted iron leggings, which is 5% just straight damage. So it'll be interesting. I do want to try these out. But that is essentially all the new gear. Now, as I said, I want to just tell you my worries. So, if a healer puts on this helmet, which increases your outgoing healing by 7,500, and then they put on this chest piece, gain 1% for each player your team, how do you get your crit strike and crit severity up? You haven't got the help of the Greastro helms, you haven't got the help of the ribcage. So this is my worry, that how are the healers going to keep them stats up? Again, I'm not a healer, I'm basically just looking for answers down below. Because my girlfriend's a healer, she's new, and trying to help as much as I can. So any advice you can give me down below in the comments section, please. But that's going to wrap up this video. Let me know what you think of this gear. It's more catered to support, I feel, but that's really good. We definitely need some love for the support characters. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.